Welcome to The Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Markham Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $841 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
Hey everybody, this is Vikram and Bhavna Edula. By background, I have a master's degree in engineering and Bhavna has a master's in computer science. I work in IT as a senior manager and she's in financial domain. We are part of Atlantis leadership organization. What we're going to talk about today is, the characteristics of a good apprentice. Now, when it comes to this opportunity, it's a character-based opportunity. Now, what do I mean by that? Is when it comes to job, you are vetted for, your skill set because you're trading your time and your skills to make money. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, and especially in this arena, your mentors will actually, if you get an offer, obviously you're an apprentice, work with you to build your mindset, skill set, and habits so that you could succeed in this journey. So uh, we're not looking for somebody with a certain skill set or a certain education background or certain background for that matter. So that's why, but to be a good apprentice, you need to have certain characteristics, and that is the key.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that you understand certain characteristics to be a good apprentice, the first thing is to have a strong future desired state beyond your future job state, where you have an absolute clarity of purpose on why you need to create an asset-based income along with your current career.
Yeah. And then also recognizing that you have access to the expertise of your mentors and do you value mentorship? Because, when it comes to this arena, basically, think about it. You are, getting access to the two percenters of entrepreneurs in the world who have created life of freedom and life of choices. And when you're getting access to such people, do you value that? Do you honor that on a month to month basis and work hard to actually get into the inner clubs? Because see, when it comes to success, this is an incredible opportunity, just like basketball is a great game, right? But success in this arena comes based on who you work with and the team you belong to, right? So getting access to this kind of entrepreneurs is very incredible for that matter.
Yeah, and third thing is willing to be coachable. We before we go ahead and add value to others, it's very important we are able to receive value and become a person of value, right? And we've always heard this: growth in this business is not how long have you been in the journey, in this pursuit, but it's about the change, the delta that you have gone through. And there are 5 characteristics. There is an acronym that we kind of assess the coachability is GHASH, GASH qualities. First, G stands for growth mindset, and H stands for being humble, having humility, and A is having appreciation. S is being smart, about certain decisions, and last H stands for hunger to learn more.
Yeah, and let's dive into growth mindset, right? Uh, Growth mindset means believing in people's abilities are not innate and they could be improved by putting effort, by learning, and also with persistence. Now, how do I develop a growth mindset? First of all, success has no favorites, right? And success always happens at the tail end of compound effect. And I hope you read that book by Darren Hardy, and also another book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, right? And also understanding that you're not looking at the fruit in the beginning. What you're focused on is building the root, right? A strong root. by watering the seed, by watering the plants. What does that mean? It's staying consistent with your habits, and staying consistent in these associations, adding value to yourself, being disciplined, in spite of whatever your emotions might be, because sometimes your emotions are not in your favor, especially when you feel that you're going in circles in this journey sometimes, or maybe you're falling flat on your face by doing certain things that you're not comfortable doing, and not attaching those things to your identity, which means saying that, hey, I'm not a failure, I just failed. So, can I turn these losses into lessons? Because when you pursue this journey as an apprentice, you are always growing, right? When you fail, as long as you learn from those failures, like I said earlier, you are growing. And when you succeed, your business grows. So, either ways, you are growing, right? And come coming to humility, the H part, right? Me and Bhavna have master's degrees, like I said earlier, but and also decent careers. We never had those things come in the way for us to start in kindergarten in this journey, because we knew to build an asset, to be an entrepreneur, to become successful in this arena, we had to start from scratch, learning and growing ourselves, a new mindset, a new skill set, and develop those new habits. So we were patient, and also humble through this process to learn from this set of individuals that we got access to, right? And as you get closer, sometimes as time passes, you get closer to your mentors, build those relationships. There is a possibility that you might your listening might drop. How do you know that that has happened? Your speed of implementation will drop, right? You are bringing the same questions, or maybe talking about the similar struggles again and again over the months, and understand that change in the beginning is difficult, in the middle it's messy, but at the end it's gorgeous, right?
Absolutely. And appreciation leads to activation. And first, most important thing is having access, to mentorship. But the most important thing is being transparent and vulnerable. Just like any successful journey, even in this journey, you will face challenges. Challenges could be, having a financial challenge, to honor the partnership. Now, do you take help of your mentors to, turn your tests into testimonies? Are you able to access into their thought process? And maybe all of us have busy life sometimes. Looking at your time and how you prioritize, that could be a challenge. Are you still honoring, being accountable to those daily core run? Are you able to prioritize associations? And this is where I've heard somewhere, once you know your true north star, it's very important you tap into their thought process, because when things go south, you have to look at your true north star. And first thing is, do you know who is your true north star? For us, it's our mentors, and you being able to access into their thought process. Not just that, sometimes you might go so far that you might not be able to see your true north star, but are you able to feel it? Sometimes it could be life challenges, sometimes it could be relationship challenges, where your focus brings you out from the from what you really want to do to pursue your future desired state. But that is where it comes into picture, where you want to tap into mentorship program.
And let's talk about S. S is smart. A lot of times people think being smart is having IQ, intelligent quotient. While that is good, what I feel when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's also important to have DQ. You may say, Vikram, what is DQ? It's decision making quotient, right? What is decision making quotient? It is knowing who to listen to and knowing who not to listen to, right? Especially when you start this journey in the beginning, because you're making the move from the left of the quadrants to the right, 90% of the people around you who you have grown up with, who you love, like, might resist the decisions you're making in terms of how you use your time, how you use your money, because you're becoming less available, or you are choosing to make different decisions what you used to, and they are used to different you. And when that happens, when you face that resistance, don't worry because it is normal, right? First of all, know that it is normal, and actually, it is good news. It's not something to be upset about. It is good news because that's an acknowledgement that you are starting to become different, and you are starting to probably make decisions of the people on the right side or people in this community who have succeeded. Now, for example, if LeBron James tells me how to dribble a ball and I come home and I dribble the ball and my brother tells me not to dribble that way and I want to become a successful basketball player, guess whom am I listening to? I don't need to answer that question. You know the answer. Because, when it comes here, a lot of times people fall for listening to people who they love, like, and trust. I tell people you should listen to people who have the fruit on the tree that you want to have versus listening to people whom you love, like, and trust. In this case, I love, like, and trust my brother, but I'll listen to LeBron. Why? I might not love, like, and trust LeBron, but I'll listen because he has the fruit on the tree that I want. Does that make sense? So that's the aspect, and that's why when you develop that decision making quotient, when you listen to the right people in this arena, you are starting to build that yourself and develop the right mindset slowly but surely. And now let's talk about hunger, the last piece of gash, right? Now, desire is has to be high, right? Especially I say that to apprentices, that your desire to succeed has to be higher than the desire of your mentors for you to succeed, right? A player's desire to become successful is more important than the coach's desire for the player to become successful. Now, in the beginning, desire might be high, hunger might be high, but as time passes, just like January 1st gym mindset, when you register in gym January 1st, you're excited about hitting those goals, your desire is high. But February 15th, 80% of the people who register on January 1st don't show up. Right? And that is where you lose in this journey as well. It could happen as time passes. You might lose the excitement. You might say, oh my God, it's taking longer, because you'll hit the reality. In the beginning that it's 3 to 5 year journey. But when you hit the reality, when you go through the motions, you say, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine. I don't need to work on my future desire state at this time. I could maybe find another opportunity, because you start to see that success is in this journey will take longer. Sometimes it feels like it's too far. But what you got to tell yourself is, I need to dig my well before I'm thirsty. I need to become successful, because my biggest enemy could be my good life is my greatest enemy for my great life. Right? And also, success is not in comfort zone, it's always outside of comfort zone. So if I have to belong to the 2%ers, I have to be willing to do what 98% of the people out there are not willing to do. So saying that to yourself and keeping that desire high and being intentional about it is very important. So these are the gash qualities that and characteristics that are important for an apprentice to be successful. You don't have to be perfect with these. You can just work on progressing on them, right? When you progress, your coachability is going to continue to go up. And when that happens, you'll get the best out of mentorship, so that you could duplicate the mindset, skill set, and habits of your mentors. And when you do that, ultimately you'll have the results that they have, which is your own future desire state, right?
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective, powered by Markham Productions, affiliated with Marknet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work, for existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects.